Actually, I don't want to smoke again. But I have discovered something whole new that I'm so impressed with, if I do say so myself. Well, I've been distracted about 17 times, but I got about 4 of those things done completely. The unfortunate part is that none of it had anything to do with what my intentions were in terms of doing things today, so that's really bad. This is gonna go nicely. Sorry, you know I'm easily distracted right now. Okay, again, distracted twice more, and still haven't gotten in the shower. No es bueno. So I guess we could make that 4 times distracted in a couple of minutes that I came by to explain how I've been distracted. Ooh, my mind just went to a place, because I just got in trouble for something that I get in trouble for regularly. Unjustifiably, but I understand why. Anyway, y'all know Mr. is very supportive, but I think when it settles in his mind that something could happen and he's not close by, it turns into this, I guess, a rage for him. I don't want to say rage because I don't want y'all to think he running around tearing up shit and raising his hand to me, because that ain't gonna work out. But yeah, for those of you who know us, I ain't gotta explain shit to everybody else. They showing up, they'll learn. But anyway, it sends him into this internal rage where he gets, so it's founded in love, because he gets scared that something's gonna happen to me and he's not close enough by to protect me. So y'all know I've been hounding him about skating. Well, eventually he took me skating, and that was a blast. That was on some paved asphalt near in a walkway trail that they got over here for us. Child, they killed us. We're smack dab in the middle of some transmission lines. But anyway, I guess if they can't get us with the jab, they're gonna get us somehow. But anyway, yeah, so we had a really good time, and we stayed out there probably a half hour. Got a hella workout. Shattered my knee, felt like. Scared the shit out of me, because we got on a downhill slope that, anyway, some of y'all have seen that video, but it was a blast. We had a good time. Only stayed out a half hour. What I really wanted to do though was go to a tennis course. Something about my spirit was tennis course. Plus, some of the people that are addicted, I meant that when I said that, but I wanna relate to them in this way. But some of my fellow quad tribe, when everything shut down, the first thing they did was take it to what? Tennis courts, right? And I even know of a skate park that I could use, but I wanted to try the tennis courts first because that was my first idea. And just like me, most other skaters had the same idea. And I have since seen groups of skaters collected at certain tennis courts that I would never participate in, by the way, because I'm still not about that life. It's still a group of people, y'all, and half of y'all, and you skating, like, when does do you? So I'm still not gonna do that with a bunch of people, but I still felt like I knew of courts that I could use, and I can use them at weird hours that other people aren't using. Originally I said, well, I could go really early, which would be awesome, because plus Mr. could come with me, and we just be out there for what, an hour at the most, and have a good workout and have a lot of fun. But that's been shat on since, so I won't go there with that. But as part of what I'm talking about is that, he was supportive, took me to the asphalt walk. We had a great time. And then since he did that, I was like, ooh, well, let me go ahead and see if we can get a tennis court, because he kept avoiding tennis courts. Because I think in his mind, he thinks the police are going to show up, and you're on school property, and they're going to do what they do when they profile black people. So, and that scares him, and I understand that. But bro, I'm skating at a tennis court. Like, who is going to bother me? And if the police even show up, then I'm on my way to my vehicle and leaving. I don't play them games. I don't even need nobody to approach me to talk to me. Even people to come and you know, be like, oh, that's cool, you out here skating. No, we don't need to have that conversation. Admire me from your vehicle on the road passing by. Oh, look, someone is skating. Maybe I'll do that in my neighborhood at my tennis courts, but not at those, because I see someone is using them. Anyway, I think it's a combination of resentment that he can't be out, that he feels like he can't be out there with me, because he can. He can get up and come out there with me. Our routines have adjusted such that we have been, you know, getting to bed a little bit earlier, just because we don't take the time to watch something on TV before we go to bed as much as we used to, except on weekends. So we don't really TV watch except weekends and holidays. But he does, after we work out, while we eat, he does watch political videos. So I kind of shut down during those moments. You know, I'm going to start taking those moments to clear the kitchen. Because usually I'll at least sit with him and kind of scroll through my phone. But y'all, I hate this. This is what people I love the most. They always do this to me. Like, you know, when people start having their cell phones, you know, old school, we're like, oh, y'all can't just be together. Y'all got to always be on your phones, right? So I know how old school thinks, and I agree with them, really. But I was around, let me just tell y'all. You know, me and my sister would be around each other a lot, right? And I know she feels strongly about that. And with her being a celebrity, I, of all people, agree that we need to magnify the time we have together, right? But if we're amongst like multiple people and all of them are on their phones, including that bitch, they're all on their phones, then and only then would I pull out my phone. Like, I was a person that I would pull out my phone like everybody else, but only if everybody else was on their phones and not addressing me. I swear, everything is dandy as long as everybody else is on their phone and I'm twiddling my thumbs. Nobody's addressing me. Nobody's talking to me about anything. And when they do talk, they're talking to each other, which I don't have a problem with as an introvert. I live for it. I mean, because I'm good with just the company of people I love, as long as we're all together. But so anyway, my point is, the main bitch that's like, oh, y'all always got to be on y'all phone. Y'all addicted to y'all phone. Who, by the way, is always on her phone. But anyway, I guess she gets a pass because she's famous. But I can't stand when everybody else is on their phones first. And I'll wait a good 10 minutes, y'all. I'll wait a good 10 minutes. I'll be like, okay, the coast must be clear to get on my phone. I literally say that to myself. Pull my phone out and I'll scroll twice. And a motherfucker out of nowhere, I will suddenly hear, oh, y'all just gotta be on y'all phones, huh?
Bitch, are you for real?
Are you kidding me right now? You kidding me? And I was saying that to say that Mr. can be focused on the research, computer research, sitting in front of the monitor, focused on computer research, doing what he's doing. I am literally trained at this point not to put the TV on something that I would like to have in the background while I'm doing something different. He tells me, oh, that doesn't bother me. The TV doesn't bother me. So I'll put something, he might have something, let's say Lethal Weapon, because y'all know how he loved that and I hated it. But let's say there's Lethal Weapon on, right? But he's not watching it because he's focused on computer research. So he says he doesn't mind me putting the TV on whatever I want to put it on in the background because I'm doing, doing whatever I do as well, being productive in my own right. And he says it doesn't bother him. If I pick up the remote, like I'm going to find something that I'm interested in being in the background, suddenly he needs to know he's looking for the remote. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it is aggravating as fuck to me. He better be lucky it's not divorce worthy because that is aggravating. Because I'm sitting there, or like, again, him focused on computer research, right? He's doing his thing. If I'm doing something else in a different room, let's just say in this case it's in a different room, but I need to go into the room that he's in to do something or grab something real quick. Sometimes I'll sit outside the door and I'll be like, I sure don't want to grab this. Because he's going to all of a sudden act like we have something to talk about. And he just wants me around, which is fine. It's like he's fine focused on whatever he's focused on doing, productive, whatever he's productive doing. But if I do something, or if I'm focused on something, I'm ignoring him. It can be us doing it at the same time. He's doing computer research. Let's say I'm studying script, right? If I come in to get something, he's like, oh, let me show you this real quick. He'll end up showing me, I don't know, whatever. And that's cool, right? He showed me real quick. I get ready to turn around like I'm leaving. He says, yeah, such and such and such and such and such and such. So I sit there, okay. Now I'm busy doing something in another room now. I'm as busy as he was before I walked in. Oh yeah, okay, all right, okay. And now he's done telling me the extra stuff he was telling me, right? So he turns back around to look at the monitor and finish doing what he's doing. I better stand there. Because if once he turns around, he's like, yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you. If I look like I'm finna turn around to leave to go finish doing what I was doing, there's a problem. Oh yeah, did you such and such and such? It's nothing. But if I come into a room that he's in and I act like, and I just came in to leave real quick to grab something and leave, he's gonna say something on my way out the door for me to come back. And when I come, it's nothing. Oh yeah, did you see the such and such and such? It's nothing. It's like he doesn't want me to watch something on TV while he's doing something, while he's in the room. And I can express that to him. He's like, no, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. But let me try to focus on something. I promise you, he's sitting there feeling like I'm neglecting him. Even though he was completely busy. Busy to the point where if I interrupted him with something frivolous, he's like, I know his attitude is like, I know she see me doing something. Why she always want to show me something when I'm doing something? That's his attitude. The irony, right? The irony. Why does my spouse always want to show me something when I'm doing something, when I'm busy doing something? It's aggravating. And I'm telling y'all, it wouldn't even be aggravating. It would just be irritable at best. But it wouldn't be aggravating if I know he doesn't get mad at me for doing the exact same thing. I cannot with that. That is such a deal breaker in my life right now. I mean, not for divorce with him, but don't accuse me of doing something that you do constantly. Don't accuse me with the intent of defamation of character of doing something that you do constantly. That's some GlassHouses type shit. I hate it. If you always stay on your phone, don't criticize people about always being on their phone. That's not hard. Don't try to interpret someone else's don't interpret someone else's silence or facial expression that doesn't look like you think it should look in reaction to what you think they should react to. You know, I hear a lot of y'all, particularly American feminism, talking about the atrocities of people expecting you to smile. And I agree with that. But what my problem, the reason why I'm not on the bandwagon is the people that's claiming that are the same people that's doing that shit. Y'all act like females don't do that. I can't count, and I know you can't either. You'll act like it's a toxic masculinity trait, but it's a toxic femininity trait then, bitch. Because I know that those persons that are hyped about it are the main ones that have told a female in their life. The ones with a vagina I'm talking about been doing it. The feminists even have seen a female and told her you would look so much better when you smile. If I can use curse, and I'm fucking American religion Christian song. You look so much better when you smile. What do I need to look better for you for? Oh, my bad. I forgot to check my expression on my face before I left my house to make sure it accommodated the way that you think that I should feel and express it on my face for you. Hate that. I've had bitches just like dudes saying, are you having a bad day? Well, guess what, bitch? I wasn't until you actually open your mouth and talk to me. Or why you look like that? Or why you look so mean? You be like, oh, my bad. My bad. Let me fix my expression the way you think it should be. And then it'd be like, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. What did I say that made you think that I was offended? You literally came to me and told me that my face would be better from your perspective if it looked the way you thought it should look. And I said, my bad, let me fix it to do what you think I should do. And now you think someone's offended or that I'm being offensive or being defensive? Why did you come over here and tell me that if when I do what you literally thought I should be doing, now you're mad and you think that I'm mad? I didn't say, how could you tell me that? That would be, now I can see you saying, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I can see you responding that way. But you literally came into my fucking business within my personal 6 feet of space, told me I would look better how you think I would look better. I changed it for you. Ask if that was okay. If it had your approval. And then you respond like that. It's just illogical if you think of it realistically. It's kind of like when a Jehovah's Witness come to you with a little black girl, and then you start suggesting that the little black girl read the book a little more closely to understand her history as a black person in that manual that she has in her hand, written by people who look like this white person that has you coming to door to these doors. And then when you ask the girl to continue to read and then start explaining those scriptures to her, and this white person says, we didn't come here to argue. You're not even talking to this white person. This white person is interrupting you because they don't like you educating the little girl that's with them, that they thought they had successfully colonized. But suddenly the girl is reading and the girl is going, oh shit, Deuteronomy. And you're saying, do you know what that means? What happened to your people that look like you when they brought us over here? And now the white Jehovah's Witness is like, oh, you interrupted. We didn't come here to argue. No one's arguing. And you didn't even perceive it as an argument until I asked her to read a verse. So that if this little black girl has any common sense that she's left, to use her own mind, she will recognize how desperate this white person seems to be to block this knowledge coming from this elder black person to educate her at their front porch, on their property, on their front porch, at their front door. Ooh, this turned into something else. What was I talking about even? I said I wasn't gonna inhale anymore, but I did a few times, as you can tell. Okay, let me turn this camera off and do this shit. And hop in the shower, damn. You smell like sex, girl.